What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and we're gonna do something a little bit different today. It's gonna be our first how-to install. I figured I'd try it, give it a shot. I don't typically do it how-to. It's more like following our progress on some of these builds that we're working on, which if you have not subscribed to the channel, if you found this channel by just looking up how to change your headlights in your Dodge Ram, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification, see some of the other stuff that we do on the channel, mainly modifications to a lot of Ford stuff. We're trying to get into the LS market as well, but it's super saturated, it doesn't matter. Anyway, today we are going to be installing some LED headlights in this Dodge Ram. We're not changing the housing, so they're just gonna be super bright and annoy everybody, but it was supplied. This is actually my mother's truck. My father found the headlights that he wanted, so I don't know if these are good or bad or indifferent. I don't know anything about them. I do know that they come with like a ballast thing similar to an HID, which is kind of unfamiliar for LED stuff as far as I'm concerned. But I'd figure this would be a good opportunity to use it as an install video. And with all good installs, the first step to doing this project is to obviously search on YouTube for somebody else who's done it before. So hopefully that's why you're here. Then we will move on to the first portion of the project, which is gonna be removing this black cover. Now the only thing that really holds it in is a bunch of push pins. So I kind of have all the tools out that should be needed to do this, or at least to get the headlights out, which is just simply a 10mm, a couple Milwaukee tools, push clip pin, and a flashlight. So obviously take my trusty pin tool and I'll remove all of these. All right, piece number one, done. All right, next thing we're gonna do is remove these 4 10mm screws on the top, and we're gonna like take this grill off, and it's pretty common that people break these things. We've actually fixed a couple of them, but we're gonna just go ahead and take these 4 bolts out, and then you kind of like swing this thing off. But I have to put you down for that, so hopefully. So now the grill is loose, and we're gonna kind of like reach down in there and pop the bottom out. You don't just want to rip this thing open. You'll end up breaking and messing up your front end. So just do that. All right, next thing you want to do is assess the damage of the grill that you probably just broke. So we got 1, still good, still good, still good, still good. All the top ones are okay, all the bottom ones are okay. So luckily, 0 breakage on this one. Just kidding, hopefully you didn't break anything. So now the next thing we're gonna do is remove the headlights themselves. Now that requires some more 10mm bolts. This is actually an adjustable one, so you gotta be careful doing that. This looks like it's kind of cracked up there. Might have been over tightened. But we're gonna remove the headlight. There's a thing on the back that we gotta unlatch. I'll show you. Oh, maybe that's factory. That one's kind of like that too. Now, all it took to stop that adjuster from spinning, I just squeezed it with my fingers for future reference. So this is kind of neat. They got a little access panel right here. So all you gotta do is remove this bottom push pin, which is like a latching style, to get back to the back of the headlight. That's where we're gonna unlatch some stuff, and another speed clip we'll find behind there. All right, I'm gonna try to show you a closer look at what you gotta get to inside this access panel. See that white tab right there, that long skinny thing? So that you have to actually push up, and it'll unlatch the back of the headlight, and then there's one more speed clip that when we pull it out, it'll pop that. It'll just pop itself out. So that's the last thing right there. Heard a click. Now I just reached through the access panel behind it and was able to push on this side of the headlight, and then I was pulling on this side. Just so you have a nice even release. And the headlight comes right out. Couple plugs on the back, we'll get this all unplugged, and then we'll start worrying about installing the LEDs into the harness, and we'll put it all back together. Let's do a little 411 on the clip, but just so you guys see, these are the plugs, and I just fought with them, but this one has like a lock on it, so you wanna make sure that you slide that back, unlock it all the way. Then this one, same thing, this gray part's a lock, so you gotta push on it and then pull the inside out of it, but that might fight you for a second. So anyway, we got this side out. Now before I take that side the rest of the way apart, I'm gonna make sure that the lights are gonna work, check out where I can mount the boxes, and go from there. All right, so we're back. I got the headlight on the bench, I got the backs uncovered, and what we're doing next is finding which bulb goes where, basically. So you have to order 2 kits. This is fair, and these are just off Amazon now that I've researched them a little bit. And one is for the 9005 series bulb, and one is for the H11 series bulb. Now if you look at the front of the light, this one up here is your high beam, and this one down here is your normal driving light. Now this is actually upside down, so. Is it upside down? Yeah, so that's your normal light there. That's your regular, that's your high beam. So that means if you flip around to the back side, the regular one is the H11, and the high beam is this 9005. As you see, I have both. Now this Farad one also has like an adjustable ring, so you can rotate the bulb in here so you can get the right beam. So we're just gonna turn them on against the wood, and we'll try to get it nice. We don't really want it to have this, you know, crazy bright pattern, so whatever way kind of keeps it downward is the way we're gonna do it. We'll see how these housings work with this. I would like to put them in a projector housing, but that's not what we're doing today. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and swap these bulbs out, and I think I have enough room to actually tuck, you know, these up in the actual headlight itself. This one's gonna be a little bit tough. I think I could fit it down in here. Then I can keep everything sealed. Nothing needs to come out or cut anything. It should all fit in here. All right, so I have the H11 bulb. I'm sorry, I have the 9005 bulb in. Now one thing I don't really like is that the bulb, this is just a review on the bulb itself. It doesn't really lock very good. So once I stick this on, I'm actually gonna wrap this wire around this side, so it kind of holds it tight and in. It'll kind of put some preload on the body itself. I just want to make sure that it's not going to vibrate out. I mean, it really doesn't lock at all. Now, these didn't lock all that great, but at least it had a little bit of resistance right there, and then it would click out. These don't have anything. You know, if you hold it a certain way, you can feel that it's hitting the lock, but it's really not the greatest. But what seems to be working the best is I'm going to put the just flat on the bottom, basically right on the other side, right here. So I got the sticky tape on the bottom. Tuck that in, flip it around, and it'll go right in that area. And I'll be able to press it down, and then I can still get in there. God forbid anything fails, I'll still be able to get in there and break the tape. All right, so I got it in. I have it stuck down there. Now I have all this extra wiring because it doesn't plug in. Now it's got this big adapter. So I'm gonna throw one zip tie here to hold this wiring all together. And I'm actually gonna throw another one and try to loop this plug against the housing of the headlight here, just so this isn't bouncing around. I don't think you'll hear that in the car, but knowing that it's bouncing around in there, I won't like it. So I'm gonna do those 2 things, then I'm gonna seal this back up with the cap, and then we will get this one in. And actually I probably won't seal them up with the cap at first, because I wanna get them on the car, plug it in, make sure it works, and see what the beam looks like on the wall. And then, you know, modify accordingly if needed. All right, so finish installing this hole. It's all set. These wires are tied together and tucked up in there. That's tied to there, so it can't move around. Things stuck down, all good. I'm gonna do the same thing here. I don't need to show you guys every single one, but I'll just show you what it looks like when it's finished. Same thing, remove it, find a place to put the box. I think it's gonna go right there. The back side of this, if it fits. Let's see. Ooh, might not work there. So I'll play with that. Oh, it'll probably go right here. It'll dangle off in because it's a little bit longer than that rounded part. So I'll put the tape towards the back side and stick it on there. All right, this one was much easier. You see the adapter there, the wiring's tucked up in here. I gave it the good old shake test by picking it up. Doesn't make any noise. So I'm happy with this one. We're gonna plug this one in, see what the lights look like, be done. All right, so we got it in, it's working. You gotta be careful because the connector on the main can be plugged in upside down like I just did, and it actually bent one of the tabs off. So now it's installed. Pattern on the wall looks good. Just a little comparison side by side of the LED versus what was in it before. You can see the pattern's much larger and wider. So it should work pretty good. And it is nice and even too. I'm happy it's not like dispersed all over the place. So that's good too. Dan, you wanna hit the brights for me? Wow, big difference. And the headlight's dirty, so you know that would help, but much better. So now, just reverse order. Obviously I gotta go in here, I gotta hit that locking tab, which you're gonna pull down now, all the way up in the top. You can find it with your fingers. Click, just like we're listening for. And then you can put the push pin back in this trap door, and you're done with the back. And throw the 10 millimeters in the front. And we're gonna do the other side. So that pretty much wraps up the install of these LED headlights in this truck. There's no reason to keep going through this. You guys saw how we did it. We will get the last footage of it on the ground. We'll turn the shop lights off, kind of get an idea how bright it is. And that'll be pretty much it for the install video. So if you have any questions, comment down below. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell for the notifications for future modifications and how-to videos, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
So we got them on, they look wonderful. It makes it look like a whole new truck. Pattern is like straight across. That's with fog lights, without fog lights. Pretty good. Pretty damn bright, that's for sure. It's really gonna change the look of it though. I don't know if she'll be able to see going down the road.